if we are to read carefully the stories of the appearances of the risen Christ to His disciples, we shall realize that the disciples struggled to believe in the resurrection. It was not easy for them to believe that a dead would rise again, even though they have heard this from Jesus many times. But they still struggled to believe. They still struggled to have faith in the resurrection. Just listen to the gospel today. When Jesus appeared to His disciples, they thought He was a ghost. Hala, multo. That's the first reaction. And going back to the gospel yesterday, the road to Emmaus, when Jesus accompanied the two disciples on their way to Emmaus, the gospel tells us that they did not recognize Him. He was just a stranger to them. They struggled to believe. And also, we go back to the experience of Mary Magdalene visiting the tomb very early and encountering Jesus. The first reaction of Mary Magdalene, He is a gardener. Jardinero. They struggled to believe in the resurrection. And things gets complicated, we are told, because there was a fake news, from the leaders of the Jews paying the guards of the tomb. They are to tell everyone that the disciples came and took the body of Jesus. It was not easy to believe in the resurrection. They struggled, the disciples struggled to believe in the risen Christ. They needed a sign. And what was the sign given them by the Lord in the gospel today? The gospel today tells us the risen Christ showed them His hands and His feet. And what did the disciples see in the hands and feet of Jesus? Nail marks. The marks of crucifixion. The wounds of Jesus. The wounds that led them to the understanding of the cross, that led them to the understanding of sacrifice, that led them to the understanding of God's unconditional love. And it is from that love that bore faith. Jesus showed them His hands, His wounded hands, His wounded feet, nail marks, pointing to the cross, pointing to sacrifice, pointing to unconditional love. And it is that love that bears fruit in genuine faith. There, the disciples begin to believe that the Lord is truly risen. A most appropriate question this Easter season: how is our faith? Kamusta ang pananalig natin sa buhay na Diyos? Amen.